fucking try hard. Yo, what's up everyone? It's Blissmode again, back with another video. I am making this video about the concept of trying hard. You know, it's funny, a lot of people take this concept, kind of flip it on their head, and try to use it as an insult. Oh, you're just a try hard. Oh, you're just putting in too much work. What are you doing? The funny thing about that is, it's usually just an excuse. I'm far from perfect, but I really want to try to acknowledge my excuses. And I am really in love with my art right now, but maybe that's an excuse. I want to continually keep getting better. To do that, I have to have a fresh perspective. This drawing, in many ways, is not that different from any of my other drawings. I just wanted to take it that extra 5% beyond what I normally do. And try to continue that process that I'm always talking about. The process of being honest with myself and being honest with my current state, my current abilities. I am trying to figure out how to make myself completely happy with my art and make the people who view my art completely happy. By saying that, I don't mean that I'm going to compromise my own style or conform to other people's thoughts and images that they have in their own mind about what it means to be good at art or illustration, animation, design, etc. But to turn my art into something that is a complete expression of my style and satisfies my audience's point of view. And so it really starts with the small things for me. Changing a shape here that I normally really like. Maybe it's a certain flair that I add. Maybe that's just something that I'm liking and my audience is not liking. And so I have to determine what those things are. You can ask for critique and advice, but people will not always be 100% honest with you, not because they don't want to be 100% honest with you, but because they might honestly really like your art, even if it's not their number one favorite. They might see something about your art that they don't even know that they don't like. They might say that you're their favorite artist, but still there might be something about your art that they might not like. And the only way to figure out what that is to try new things. And I don't mean huge switch-ups in style. These can be anything from the shape of the eye to making your shapes more rounded. Content-wise, what are you drawing? Is it things that you find attractive? Okay, maybe there's something fucked up with the way that you find things attractive. Let's examine that. Nothing can be taken for granted. Every single line that you put on the page is creating an emotion, a response. And while I do strongly believe that each of us as individuals have our own style and our own things that we are accustomed to in art that we like, it's also true that the greatest artists still stand above the rest. And you know, it can be really good advice when you say, oh, don't get caught up in audience count, don't get caught up in follower count. And that's a great mindset to not become too full of yourself, to not take things that don't matter as seriously as the things that do matter. But you cannot also then deny the great statistical analysis that comes with looking at how many people are responding to an image, are responding to a project, a piece of art. And so, yes, I do want to continue to grow my follower count, and I want it to be organic. And the reason for that is because the more feedback I can get, then it's going to help me grow in my art. I never want to stop growing. I made a promise to myself long ago that I'm gonna do this, like, forever, basically, you know. And I've had many times where I've felt really accomplished in my art. I still do to this day. But the growth and the journey is what is important to me. And it's these aspects of the art that keep me going. And finding good critique is very important to me. Doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with the critique, but it might mean that I'm going to try something new, even if it's not what the critique suggested. I like to compete. Don't be a tryhard. This is an insult people use. Can you believe that? To me, it's really funny, honestly. Don't be a tryhard? Are you kidding me? You think you're a badass because you don't try hard? That's not how it works. Even if you're born with immense talent and skill, you think you're the only person out there born with immense talent and skill? That's beyond the point. Someone else out there is going to put in the work to do what needs to be done. Even if you have that solid base from nothing of immense talent and skill, it doesn't matter. Another saying people use: don't work hard, work smart. I'm not claiming to be a genius by telling you that that's wrong. Work hard and smart. Because the guy that's over there working hard and smart, he's gonna outdo you if you're just working smart. Don't use shortcuts. Shortcuts will hinder your work. This all folds into the same idea, the same concept. Do not sell yourself short on anything. Every aspect is important. This is not just about art. This is about anything. You know, I do consider myself an artist, but I also consider myself a craftsman. This is my craft, and I want to work every day to become the absolute best at my craft. And I'm fine not being the absolute best at my craft, but I am not fine not trying to be the absolute best at my craft. There is nothing wrong with failure. There is everything wrong with not trying. Do not give up. Failure leads to success. This is all basic. And to make a YouTube video about it seems, in my opinion, like a little conceited. Maybe it's just to reassure myself. But these are things I believe and stances that I want to take strongly. Push yourself in whatever it is you're doing. As you look at this drawing, please give me critique. I do love when people say, I love your art, it's amazing. I also love when you tell me what you don't like about it. And I'll repeat, that doesn't mean that I'm going to change whatever it is that you tell me you don't like, but I will examine it. And I promise I will take it into account in every single piece I do. This goes into every area of my art, from illustration to design. In my comic core component, the biggest area for that, for me, was learning how to write. I have taken writing classes in school. I've studied a little bit of writing, but it was a new craft to me. I came up with the concept for core component in 2015. I didn't release the first chapter of core component until the beginning of this last year. Think about that. That's 5 years where I didn't feel confident enough in my writing ability. And I look back on chapter 1 and I keep saying I have to go and make it better whenever I release chapter 2. This is the same concepts I learned long ago when I told myself I wanted to increase my skill in art. I've been drawing, as long as I can remember, like a lot of artists. I'm terrible at first, although, I look back on it now and people always said, oh, you're really good at drawing, but I was bad, Just to be honest, I will share some of my earlier images with you in future videos, future content, but I was bad. And I was okay with that because I was confident in what I liked. And I told myself, all you have to do is fix your mistakes. Sometimes you don't always know what your mistakes are. Switch it up. Keep what you like. Change what you don't like. Very simple concepts. Just keep at it. I'm inspired by the type of art I like to create. These happen to be, anime, manga, comics that push the protagonist to go beyond their limit. And so I use these as inspiration in my art, and I use these as inspiration in everything, honestly. I understand there's a subset of people who don't like these, I guess you could say, somewhat basic ideas. They say, oh no, that's a trope, that's a stereotype, it's been done too much. The protagonist can't always be somebody who wants to get better. That's wrong, okay? Because it's such a foundational idea that is going to follow you in everything that you do. It doesn't matter what you do, right? Even if your entire existence is on the idea of getting better, you still are going to have to get better at communicating that idea in order to be effective. So this is a concept that is involved in every decision of your life. So whether or not you choose to acknowledge it will not change the fact that it is present in the outcomes of your life. So make the choice to sit down and tell yourself, I'm not quitting today. I may not succeed today. This may not be what I want it to be, but I will switch it up, I will change, and I will get better. I just want to thank all of you for joining me in my art journey, for taking the time to watch these videos, for pushing that like on the Instagram piece, for hitting that subscribe button on YouTube, and for being honest with me, and for allowing me to do art. And I just want everyone who sees this and everyone who sees my art to be able to enjoy these feelings that I get from pushing myself. And I know I'm not the only one. I know a lot of you have your own endeavors and you push yourselves. And I know that you have these moments where it just feels amazing. And I am there with you. Those moments are what it's for. We're also there for the journey, as I said. And so let's just keep going, keep pushing. Do not stop. And I will not stop. And I will get better. I have to get better. Let me know what you do not like about my art, please. I take no offense from any critique. You cannot be too hard on me because I love my art, right? I think I'm going to stop the video right here. Thank you for listening to my rant. There is new content coming. I will get better at art. I will get better at design, at illustration, at animation. I will get better at these YouTube videos. And hopefully you're there to see the growth and be inspired to grow in your own ways. Thank you once again, and I will see you guys next time.